Hello and welcome to the Women's Day special podcast. Today we are here to converse on different stages of career as a woman. This podcast is brought into play to ease all your curiosities regarding the tech line of work. I am Dikshita Basu from Girls at Tech, and here we have a special guest from Freshwork, our motivational speaker, Ms. Juhi Singh. So let's get started. Hello Juhi, we are very glad to have you on the show. So hope you are doing great.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm definitely doing great. What about you?
I am also doing great. Like everything is going good. The pandemic and all. I sleep at home. That's it. So, share about yourself and how you started with your technical journey and finally got placed in a product-based company.
Okay, so before I do that, I'll introduce myself. I am Juhi Singh. I completed my graduation in 2020, and then I got placed in a company called Freshworks, where my role is as a product marketer, which is also known as a developer marketer. Now, speaking of my journey, it wasn't a constant one. So I had my own ups and downs. There was a time where I felt very low, and then there was a time I was very proud of myself. So the start was not good, of course, because I came from a Hindi medium background. I completed my schooling in Hindi medium. So I faced a lot of problems in the beginning, especially because of English. But then I was trying to cop up, and things were like going good. But then I had C++ career in second semester. Being a student of IT and then getting C++ area, it's definitely not something good when you are looking to have a job once you graduate. It happened to me because I wasn't totally interested, like I was not so interested into the computer science in the beginning when I joined. And the other part was like the language barrier, right? So the other people who were able to learn all those questions in 1 or 2 hours, for me it was taking like the whole night, and still I wasn't able to do good at my studies or in my exams. So of course that was very demotivating, because a girl who is very ambitious, who want to do something really good in her life, and being rejected for everything which I was trying in first year, either if it's MC or trying to explore some other opportunities, I was just being rejected for everything. So the start was definitely not good for me, but the best thing about this journey was there was a very like you know graph which was going up. So that is something which I am very proud of. Even though I didn't start very well in the beginning, but I was keep on learning, and then there is this very nice graph which just went up, and that was really impressive. Now talking about my technical journey, it all started with one of the lady who's Bhavani, and she works in Chennai, and she visited our college to inaugurate a girls club, and I missed it. I didn't attend her seminar. So the girls who are listening, I think we all have something ki when we have these sort of seminar, we tend to miss it and go home and sleep. I did that mistake. But then later on, my HOD and the other, we heard it was really good. Girls were motivated. I should have joined. So in the same seminar, Bhavani introduced to all the girls to a community called Build With Us. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. Everybody is doing it. Why shouldn't I? So it was a Saturday, and we all woke up early and then went to this company called PayPal, where they had organized this event. So I think my first technical interest started from there. It was very nice process. Like they'll ask you to stand up. You have to share the idea which you have in your mind or you want to build it in the future. And then they'll help you build that. So even though I was not able to complete that idea, which I started with them, but because of attending that particular event, I got in connect with good people. So now I knew somebody who was good at Python. I knew somebody who was good at OpenCV and other stuff. So I was making good connection. That was a past, and after the event, when I went home, I was feeling really good because I learned something new, which was Python. So that was the very first time I was introduced to Python. I didn't know before that in my college because we didn't have subject. And then after that, I believe there was no going back, just because I was connected to Bhavani, and she has been inspiring a lot of women in Chennai. So I was just keep on texting her and asking her for doubts and all this stuff. So it was a good start. So Build With Us was one of the place where I started, and after that I started participating in hackathons. So in the beginning I participated with boys. So in the beginning what happened ki I used to get the presentation wala work, ki you should do the presentation, and all the technical part was used to done by the boys. But later on what I thought ki this is not good, I shouldn't do this. So what I did is I went and talked to some of my juniors, and I said, girls, let's go for all girls hackathon. And at the same time, Anna University was organizing a hackathon called Code Her. I went for that. There was, and that environment was really good. There was not even a single boy. The whole room was filled with girls, and everybody was trying something new. We didn't win that hackathon, of course, but there was a great learning. There was a lot of stuff which we learned from the hackathon. And what I think is, hackathon is not about just winning it, it's all about the learning process which you learn over there, about creative thinking and all the other extra skills which you get to learn there, like how to present and what are the things, what are the key points, all those kind of stuff which I learned in hackathon. And after that, again, I started participating in hackathon. So I was doing great. And then I won one of them with the team. Of course, it was not like one person's effort, there was a whole team. So we won this hackathon called Angel Hack. And after that, I think I started getting popular around the communities. So that was one part. And then I had already started my technical journey by that. I used to love coding. I used to spend the whole night asking my seniors to help me set up this AWS environment and all the other things. And they were really kind, like they were men, but they were really kind that they were helping me throughout the whole process. After that, the one thing which comes in picture is community. I started attending these meetups and all over the weekends, and I started talking with them. And then there was time I saw two boys from SRM who were same year. Like I was in third year and they were also in third year, and they were presenting a talk. And I felt, what even I am doing in my life? We both are same age and they are presenting at stage. So it's not something which you should feel, but you should take it in a positive way, that I think I should also try and at least give an attempt to do that. And after that, I started coding. I started telling people that this is the project which I am working on. And I started getting too much into this community and started spending my weekends with all these tech people. And then one of the time I reached out to GDG organizer saying that I would be interested in giving talks. That was like the first time I ever told someone ki this is something which I really enjoy doing it. And then around June in 2019, I believe, uh, I gave my first tech talk, technical talk. And it was good because the other speakers were foreigner and I was the only one Indian speaker. Of course, in the beginning I was very nervous because I was listening to them talking about Firebase and all the stuff, and I felt ki I don't even know anything as compared to them. But these community people were really good, and they was like, you just go to the stage, share whatever knowledge you have, and trust me, it's gonna go good. And at the same time, that was the very first time I met Lakshya, who's a WTM ambassador for like whole India women tech makers, which is the community from Google, where they empower women to do come in this tech field and all the stuff. And then she also motivated me. She asked me, you'll do good, please go and do. So I presented my talk and people were really happy. And after that, Lakshya reached out to me saying ki you are really motivating and we would love to feature you in one of our Monday motivation stuff which was going on for Google Devs India. So I recorded myself, my Monday motivation. It's still there on Twitter. You guys can go and check out. And then there was a lot of, so it all started. My first winning hackathon was a really good step in my life, or something which really good happened to me. And then there was this first technical talk, and then Israel trip. And like, so I would say 2019 was like golden year for me. I was, so I also did a lot of hard work to achieve that. But I think whatever hard work which I have been doing from last 2 to 3 years, everything paid off in 2019. I got a scholarship to visit Israel for my research program, which was also really good. And I got to learn a lot about a different culture, diversity, and their teaching techniques were different as compared to India. So that also added into my CV. After that, there was no going back. I have been giving talks and meeting girls, empowering them, motivating them to try something new. So it's still going. Yeah.
It indeed is. Like listening to is like giving me motivation. I am feeling pumped up listening to your journey. So it's indeed an amazing journey. So like what do you think helped you get so far in your career? Like, and how can we stay motivated to dream bigger like you?
So let me tell you, there is no one in this whole world who doesn't feel demotivated. We all do. And I think we should accept that it's totally okay to feel demotivated. It's totally okay to feel low or like, doubting yourself. That is a normal thing, and every human does that. But now the question is how to overcome them, right? For me, I think the one thing which really helped me during this whole process was never giving attitude, because I always used to remind myself ki, why did even I start, why did even I come to Chennai? So I have come this far, and at this point I cannot give up. So when I used to feel low, I leave that particular thing, whatever I'll be doing, either if it's like working on some project or doing anything. So if I feel low, I leave the same thing there itself. I go for a walk, I have a water, I listen to music, but I make sure that I don't touch the same stuff for 1 and 2 hours if I'm not going doing good. Other than that, I have always been a very confident girl, of from my school time. So even though people didn't believe in me, I was someone, I literally believed in myself ki maybe little late, I would do something good to myself. So I would say, for me, of course, never giving attitude. Learning is a process and nobody is pro. So everybody is learning. That is the one thing which really helped me keep on going. And other thing was, of course, my confidence. So I would say these three things is like really helpful to everyone. And it's okay to feel low and demotivated. You shouldn't be worrying about ki we are doubting ourselves. That is totally normal thing, and we all do it.
So, like, despite being a ML enthusiast, you switched to a developer marketing job profile. So, how did you realize, and what made you realize that your passion lies somewhere else?
Okay, that is again a really difficult question, I would say. So, like I said, I started very late and I wasn't from computer science background from my school. So I was just learning stuff and I was exploring stuff. So whatever was coming on my way during my college life, I just wanted to try it out and then decide what I want. So in the beginning, I was into cybersecurity field and I was like, conducting events and like being totally surrounded with cybersecurity people. And I was learning that field really well. Once I got selected for research program in Israel, the research program was also about machine learning. So the course was data mining and business intelligence and cybersecurity, which also involved some of part of machine learning and deep learning. So before that, I had already taken this course because this was a very budget, word when we were studying in college. So I had taken a course, but I couldn't continue in the beginning. I took a couple of lecture, but I left. But once I went to Israel, I realized that this is something which I really enjoy and I like doing it. And the happiness is in another level. Can you believe when you build a model and it predicts something, that happiness is totally different. So there was a time where I thought I would go into the data scientist and research field. And even I have told to so many people that I want to be a data scientist at some point. But when I came back from Israel and it was final year, I was doing great in my life. But still, I think the pressure was equal as compared to other classmates. We all wanted to get placed. There was a lot of pressure from everywhere. And once you have already set the bar, people really expect a lot from you. So I that time I just wanted to sit in some interview and get placed. Even I got one company as a ML engineer in one company. But I think, destiny, I would say, developer relation was something I was passionate from. I remember DSC program manager visiting to our college, and then there was one event called Google Developers event, mobile development event, where I saw this Google program manager there, and then they were doing great. And when they share what they do, that was really passionating. So that was something also, it was there in my mind, right? So these two were the stuffs which were in my mind. And when I applied for fresh work, of course, I applied for ML engineer because I wanted to do it so badly in the beginning, but I wasn't good at it. Even my resume didn't fit for that particular role, and there was a long way to learn. So now you are in final year, and you have to decide ki now you want to again spend some more time in learning this technique and then go for placement, or either you want to try whatever comes in your way. So when I got this offer for ki your resume looks good for developer relation, just because I have done good job during my college life with student communities, so I applied for that role because it sounded interesting. And I was also, I enjoyed coding, but I was also not someone who could code for 8 to 9 hours and then not even get recognized and go outside and speak to people. And devrel job is something, it's not totally non-technical, it is a technical in some way. Once you join, you'll realize that developer relation or developer marketing is not totally non-technical role. Every day you deal with developers, every day you listen to them, whatever they say, they use all the technical terms. And if you don't know what is API, and if you don't know what is SDK, how even you're gonna talk to them or understand what are the problems which they are facing? So my job is again technical, but I don't code for 8 to 9 hours. But nobody has stopped me to for coding. If I want, I can definitely code, but it's up to me. If I find extra time, I I can try that in office as well. But that was the one. So it was a tough decision, I would say. But now I enjoy what I do, and I have realized key developer marketing is something which I enjoy doing it because I am good at it. Coding is something which I'm not good at it. I was enjoying it at some point, but there was a long way, and I needed to spend 8 to 9 hours to learn those stuff. So I think that was the moment when I decided ki nahi, I should go for developer marketing, and this is something which I would enjoy, and I
So
am enjoying it. That's the best part.
So, like, whatever you said, one thing I understood from it, like, we should explore. We should explore. It's not about like you won't know the answer. Like, where is your passion? You should explore, and while exploring, we will get our passion. So keep exploring and don't sit down in your home. Ki, like, I have to attend class, give the attendance, and that and this.
Because the background where I come from, I didn't even know what I wanted to do in my life. I just wanted to complete the graduation for very first. So it was time for me to explore. And even when I was switching these fields, there were people telling me ki you don't even know what you want. Sometimes you want to be a security engineer, now ML engineer, and now developer marketing. So let's avoid that. This is the college life where you explore. And even in the starting of your career, it's not fixed something ki I would be into the developer marketing for my whole life. There is a long way to try something out and see what are the other things which really excite me. So you should keep trying and don't leave a single opportunity in your life.
So, like, how do you deal with your failures and keep your sanity intact?
Okay, so I would say I never had any plan for failures because I never thought that I would fail anywhere because I was really good in school. But when I come to Chennai, I realized that I am nothing in front of other people. And that's where I think the first time I tasted ki how does failure or not being recognized, feels like. So I never had planned, but like I said, I have this not giving up attitude, which really helped me to just lose something or get rejected the other night, sleep well, and then again start with nothing happened or start with the beginning. So it's not even starting with beginning. So when you have already failed at 5 times, now you're already very closer to win. Like now you're 5 times closer to your win because you have already failed 5 times. Now you know what the things which you have done it wrong, which definitely you won't be repeating it. So maybe you might get rejected or get failed for the sixth time, but maybe seventh time you'll win it again. So I would say ki, let's not give up. Failure is a part of life, and failure is nothing but just learning. You learn from that. So fail. I don't know ki why do even people tag this failure is something bad. It's really good. If you haven't failed, then you're not doing good in your life, I think, because failure will teach you a lot. You learn a lot. So I would say let's give a new name to failure, which is learning. So you are just learning. You are not getting failed in anything. So
We all know that a failure is the stepping stones to success. So that's it. So like when we look around, everybody like they are doing something, and everybody they are succeeding and participating here and there, and in this crowd we might feel that we are somewhere lagging. There is a constant feeling that I'm not doing enough. And how do you deal with your imposter syndrome, like I'm not doing enough, नहीं हो रहा है वो? How do you deal with that?
yeah, it's there everywhere, and especially in women's case, we have a lot of self doubt. We don't even believe in ourselves, and there are so many reasons for that. Firstly, we have to start teaching women that we shouldn't compare to each other. There is no reason of me comparing to a XYZ girl. We all are good at different stuff, and then there is no use ki that girl is good and I'm not even 1% to her. You would be good in some other things. So that is one part which I think we should start teaching women ki let's help each other grow, and let's not compare ourselves. Compare it to yourself. You see what you were 1 year back and what you are now, instead of comparing to other person. That would really help you. The other reason why we have these kind of self doubt in ourselves, in girls and women, is because there is a lot of stuff going around. So I remember going through my Twitter and LinkedIn. Boys and men, they are not liking the privileges and the opportunities which we are getting as a minor community, because there are very less women into tech, and people just because they want to appreciate and they want to push women into this field, we are being awarded with some extra privileges which men's and boys, they might not like it, and that's okay, and it's normal. That's again a human nature. But what I believe is they should also learn, if I talk about 100 years back, for an example, these two are together. Let's take 100 years, that's where the life started, for an example. They both are here. Women were asked to stop at this place, and men were asked to move, go, being financially independent or do something new in their life. And women were still here. And now, just because some of the women came out and spoke to themselves or asking ki I want to be independent, financially independent, now they want to move. But what men and other people are expecting ki this fight should be equal. What they are saying ki now they should go like this, they should be treated equally now. But now, can you believe if we start treating men and women equally now, but there'll be any chance that these women will ever be able to cope up with men? Now they are already 100 steps higher than us. They have already passed 100 steps, and now we are asking for equal opportunities in everything. So that push is important. What government and the company is trying to do is, let's not step men's doing let the men do whatever they want, let them being independent and do whatever they want. Let give an extra push to a woman's, so maybe in the future at some time they all can come together and work parallelly and move. And I don't know how it is wrong. We at least we don't even ask for other people to not work, and the men, like, it's no offense, there are amazing men who have been like a great support to me, but I say reading those comments really affects me sometimes. Like I have been told ki I am very lucky that I got this, or I didn't even deserve, just because women have a lot of opportunities and privileges, they get these kind of stuff. And come on, can you believe we are already psychologically, we have been grown up ki we are not worth it, and this is not something women should do. Like I have been brought up like that. Let's not include all the women, but I have been brought up to, like, focus more on cooking than being self independent. Like I don't remember my mom telling me ki go and like, study more so you could be self independent in the future. My mom always asked me to learn cooking, cleaning, and all the household work, so I could, like, take care of my husband and my in-laws. So it's bad, right? So I already doubt myself, and now just because I started doing good in the life, now these comments from everywhere, like me being lucky, or like, being a girl, is I have a lot of privileges and that's the reason I just landed this job. That, come on, it's possible. Just because you are surrounded with these kind of environment, how would you expect yourself to not to deal with this? What you have to do is you have to tighten your skin. We are women, we have to, like, work 10 times harder. Just because we come from a minor community, we have to work 10 times harder, and surround yourself with like a nice people, someone who is positive, someone who encourages you to do something, and someone who is not demotivating. So stay away from negativity whenever you see these kind of stuff. If you have seen, just close your eyes and forget it. If you are hearing it, listen it from here and remove it from here. It's important. The more you let these sort of things affect you, the more, like, you are getting late for what you really want to achieve in your life. So let's not do that. Stay positive. Surround yourself with amazing women who helps you achieve your goals and let you know, like, these things are important. And also be available for other women. So someone like Bhavani, she helped me, and now I am being available for other women, so we all can, like, grow together in our life. So that is very important.
That that feels so positive to hear on it, like women helping women and helping each other grow and keeping up negativity away from it. That world, that thing, that environment feels so good. I can just get the vibes that you are telling it. So that's great. So like, how getting involved in so many communities, like you are part of different communities, helped you in your career and helped you to network more?
Has really helped me, and that's the reason whenever I meet these new and like fresher girls, I suggest them, please go and attend and join these online communities. You would learn a lot. Of course, there is a lot of, these all are free. You get to, like, learn everything in a free, and then you also get mentors who can really help you. So that is something, like, really important. And I would make one statement ki I don't think so I would have been at this place without community. They have been a great help, and like, biggest my, like, cheer, who have been cheering for me my whole life. So I started my community journey as an attendee. Of course, I went for a couple of events where I listened to those speakers, I learned. But what I did in that event, even you have been, they'll teach you to start interacting with other people there. So once you you went for one event, there were 50 people. Just suppose you didn't talk to everybody, but you talked to 10 people. Now 10 people have been added to your network who are equally mindset, like you both are vibing together and you both have something similar, or maybe you both are working on a same project where you can help each other. So that was the part which was really good. And community people, I have found that they are with growth mindset. You won't see judgment or, like, competition or any sort of stuff in a community when you join. So when you go there, even though you are attendee, you would meet someone who would help you, motivate you to, like, do more, or encourage you to, like, come to the public and share your story or share your work which we are doing. So that is great, right? And that's how I got the opportunity to present my first technical talk. And after that, like I said, there was no going back. So community networking and attending hackathon are very important part of your college life, as important as your academics. So please, please, please don't leave that. It's important.
That was a great answer. And like, from this, like, one thing all the girls who are starting up with tech, they can know that go to the communities, talk to people, network with people, and opportunities will come to you by itself only. So Juhi, and any advice that you would like to give to all the girls who are starting off with tech and are very new to it?
what I would say, just because they are starting, please focus on your basics programming, which generally we tend to ignore it, because we always try to move to the all those buzzy words, the mistakes which I did and I don't want other people to do. So please focus, just because you're doing a computer science and the IT, at least if you are into tech and you are looking to pursue your career into tech, you should definitely complete your basics. And other than that, soft skills are very important. So please work on your leadership and influencing skills, because we need more and more women to inspire others, because we have to grow together. So that is one part. Other than that, I would say explore as much as you can. Like I have said it for others questions, don't leave a single opportunity. Is the time where you try out things and decide what you like and what you don't. So keep learning, keep exploring, keep influencing to everyone.
That was indeed a great advice, and thank you so much for coming to our podcast show and giving so many valuable insights and sharing your journey. It meant a lot, and I learned a lot, and I hope all the girls out there they learn a lot from this podcast. Thank you so much.